आपण सगळ्यांना नमस्कार आणि आजचा कार्यक्रमामध्ये 10-15 मिनिटचा उशीर झाली तो माझी मनापासून आपण सगळ्यांना अपॉलॉजीज आणि माफी. आता 1 तासची आमची बैठक झाली. नवी मुंबई आंतरराष्ट्रीय विमानतळाचा हे प्रोजेक्ट मुंबईचा प्रोजेक्ट नाही. हे प्रोजेक्ट महाराष्ट्राचा प्रोजेक्ट नाही. हे प्रोजेक्ट संपूर्ण देशाचा गौरवचा प्रोजेक्ट आहेत. आणि आज मंचवरती माझ्यासोबत संसदमध्ये कपिल पाटील साहेब, आमचे कॅबिनेटमध्ये राज्यमंत्री, आमचे आमदार प्रशांत ठाकूर साहेब, महेश बेल्डी साहेब, आमचे पूर्व खासदार संजीव निके आणि रामसेठ ठाकूर साहेब, जी तडानी साहेब, आणि हे कार्यक्रमामध्ये उपस्थित सगळे बंधू आणि भगिनी आणि मीडियाचे आमचे सगळे मित्र. आज 1 तासची माझी कार्यपद्धती हे प्रोजेक्टची सर्वेक्षण झाली आणि दिल्लीवरून हे प्रोजेक्टचा समीक्षा हर महा मंत्रालय द्वारा आणि PMO द्वारा होतात. पण मला लागला की साईटवरती येऊन एक समीक्षापणी करायचा आता समय झाला आहे. आज समीक्षा बैठकमध्ये हे विमानतळाच्या प्रगती आणि विकास समय सीमावरती चालून राहिला त्याची फार खुशी मला लागली. फिजिकल प्रोग्रेस आणि फायनान्शियल प्रोग्रेस दोघी. कारण काय की हे फार मोठी प्रोजेक्ट आहेत. सामान्य विमानतळाचा प्रोजेक्ट नाही. नवी मुंबईचा प्रोजेक्टमध्ये मुंबईची आशा आणि आकांक्षा पण आहेत. कनेक्टिव्हिटी मुंबईजवळपणी होईल तेच पण हे प्रोजेक्टचा एक मुख्य भाग आहेत. आणि ते विचारधाराला घेऊन हे प्रोजेक्ट 5 भागमध्ये क्रियान्वयन होणार. 18,000 करोडचा हे प्रोजेक्ट आहेत. फिजिकल आणि फायनान्शियल प्रोग्रेस 55-60% झाला आणि सुरुवात झाली ती 2018 मध्ये आणि कमर्शियल ऑपरेशनलायझेशन हे विमानतळाचा 31 मार्च 2025 मध्ये होणार. त्याच्या पूर्व प्रेपरेशन आणि सगळं परमिशन, DGCAचा परमिशन, रनवेचं कॅलिब्रेशन सगळं करायचं आहेत. आणि सुरुवात होईल हे प्रोजेक्टचा 2 करोड पॅसेंजरची कपॅसिटीला घेऊन फेज 1 आणि फेज 2 दोघीची सुरुवात 7 मध्ये होणार. आणि पहिला टर्मिनल आणि पहिला रनवे 2 रनवे होईल इस प्रोजेक्टमध्ये. आणि फेज 1 फेज 2 मध्ये पहिला रनवे आणि 2 करोडची कपॅसिटी. फेज 3, 4 आणि 5 मध्ये टोटल 9 करोडची कपॅसिटी होईल आणि 4 टर्मिनल हे एअरपोर्टमध्ये स्थापित होईल. 4 टर्मिनल आणि 2 रनवे. पंतप्रधानची सोच आणि विचारधारा आहेत की देशामध्ये हर एक एअरपोर्टला गतिशक्ती योजनाला घेऊन मल्टी मोडल कनेक्टिव्हिटी द्यायचं आहे. आणि नवी मुंबई आंतरराष्ट्रीय विमानतळ पहिला एअरपोर्ट होईल. त्याच्यामध्ये रोड, रेल आणि मेट्रो आणि भविष्यामध्ये वॉटर कनेक्टिव्हिटी पण 4 अधोसंरचनाची कनेक्टिव्हिटी हे विमानतळावर आम्ही स्थापित करणार. मी महाराष्ट्र सरकार, मुख्यमंत्री महोदय, आमचे उपमुख्यमंत्री, दोघी उपमुख्यमंत्री महोदय पवार साहेब आणि फडणवीस साहेब, मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथ शिंदे साहेब, सिडकोचे समस्त आमचे प्रशासनचे महानुभावला पण फार फार धन्यवाद देतो. फार मुश्किल कार्य होता. कनेक्टिव्हिटीमध्ये फार संकट होते. सगळं समय वृद्धी कार्यक्रममध्ये त्याच्या पूर्ण समापन ते करणार ते आश्वासन आज हे समीक्षा बैठकमध्ये झाली. आता रोड कनेक्टिव्हिटीमध्ये 3 दिशामध्ये हे एअरपोर्टला कनेक्टिव्हिटी होणार. नॅशनल हायवे 4B 348 ईस्ट साईडची कनेक्टिव्हिटी होणार. सायन पनवेलचा हायवेचा कनेक्टिव्हिटी आहेत. आणि काल पंतप्रधानच्या करकमलोमध्ये 12,000 करोड रुपयाचे अटल सेतू कनेक्टिव्हिटीची प्रोजेक्टची सुरुवात झाली होती. 60 वर्षांचा सपना होता महाराष्ट्राचा. आणि पंतप्रधानची कार्यपद्धती आहेत की जनताचा सपना होईल त्याच्या संकल्प पंतप्रधान घेतात आणि संकल्पला घेऊन सिद्धीपर्यंत कार्य करून त्याला साकार ते करतात. 2019 मध्ये शिलान्यास झाला होता आणि 2024 मध्ये त्याचा लोकार्पण 12 जानेवारीच्या दिवसमध्ये झाला. ते कनेक्टिव्हिटी पण हे एअरपोर्टला अति आवश्यक आहेत. 3 रोड कनेक्टिव्हिटी होईल. आमचे रेल कनेक्टिव्हिटीमध्ये स्टेशन तरघर हेच जागामध्ये ते स्टेशनची कनेक्टिव्हिटी आहेत. आणि मेट्रो रेल कनेक्टिव्हिटी 3 दिशामध्ये मेट्रो रेल कनेक्टिव्हिटी पण होईल. मेट्रो लाईन 2B DN नगर टू मंडाले मनखुर्दचा, मेट्रो लाईन 8 मुंबई एअरपोर्ट टू नवी मुंबई एअरपोर्ट आणि नवी मुंबई पेंडार तालोजा बेलापूर मेट्रो लाईनची समापन पण झाली आहेत. ते कनेक्टिव्हिटी पण हे एअरपोर्टला मिळणार. चौथा आमची वॉटरवेची कनेक्टिव्हिटीच्या एक स्वप्न आहेत. कोलाबावरून होवरक्राफ्ट आणि रायगडवरून कार्गो ते पण आमच्या स्वप्न आहेत. पण पहिला चरणमध्ये हे 3 कनेक्टिव्हिटी अर्थ कनेक्टिव्हिटी आम्ही देणार आणि पाणीची कनेक्टिव्हिटी फेज 2 मध्ये आम्ही पाहणार. हे पहिला एअरपोर्ट होईल पूर्ण देशामध्ये जहां 10 किलोमीटर का चे ऑटोमेटेड पॅसेंजर मूवमेंट एअर साइड मध्ये पण आणि सिटी साइड मध्ये पण. एअर साइड म्हणजे एअरपोर्टचे अंदर एक टर्मिनल आणि दुसरी टर्मिनलची कनेक्टिव्हिटी. सिटी साइड म्हणजे यात्रीला एअरपोर्टच्या बाहेरचे द्वारा मेट्रोची कनेक्टिव्हिटी तक ते ऑटोमेटेड पॅसेंजर मूवमेंटची कनेक्टिव्हिटी होणार. तो हे 1600 हेक्टरमध्ये 10 किलोमीटरची ऑटोमेटेड पॅसेंजर मूव्हमेंट होईल. 100% ग्रीन एअरपोर्टची स्थिती फर्स्ट फेजमध्ये ही होईल. आणि आमची विचारधारा आहेत की भारतमध्ये तीव्र गतीचा एक नागर विमानन क्षेत्रामध्ये डिमांडची बढोतरी होऊन राहिलीत. वर्तमानमध्ये 15 करोड यात्रीची संख्या आज देशामध्ये झाली आणि आमचा अनुमान आहे की 2030 मध्ये डोमेस्टिक पॅसेंजर मूव्हमेंट आज 15 करोडचा आहेत. 5-6 वर्षामध्ये 2030 मध्ये हे डबल होणार. 30 करोडची ट्रॅफिक मूव्हमेंट होणार 6 वर्षामध्ये. ते पद्धती आणि ते सोच आणि विचारधारा घेऊन प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदीजीची पुश आहेत कॅपेक्समध्ये, इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चरमध्ये. आणि आज देशामध्ये 65 वर्षामध्ये 74 एअरपोर्ट होते. आज 10 वर्ष त्यांच्या नेतृत्वामध्ये, पंतप्रधानच्या नेतृत्वामध्ये 75 अतिरिक्त एअरपोर्ट, वॉटरपोर्ट आणि हेलिपोर्ट झाला. डबल फिगर झाला, 149 झाला. आणि आमची कल्पना आहेत 6 वर्षामध्ये हे नंबरला आम्ही 200 पार करणार. ते आमचा संकल्प आहेत. आज हे कार्यक्रममध्ये आमचे मंत्रीजी आले, पाटील साहेब, आमचे आमदार आले, आमचे पूर्व खासदार आले, सिडकोचे आमचे प्रतिनिधी आले आणि आपण पण उपस्थित आहेत. आपण सगळ्यांना मनापासून फार फार धन्यवाद. आणि आपणचा काय प्रश्न होईल तर जरूर आपण सांगा. मी प्रयत्न करतो उत्तर द्यायला. माईक देऊन द्या जरा.
Hello. Hi, good afternoon. So you said that the Navi Mumbai airport will be operationalized by March 31st, 2025. Till now, it was being said that it will be operationalized by November, December. Yesterday, the media reported from Nagpur that it will be November, December. There's been a pressure that on the airport that if it can open even earlier than that. So what happened? I mean, why we are saying?
So let me tell you, and it's a valid question. We did believe. I think you'll have to put off that mic, otherwise you'll have 2 mics working. We did believe that December 24, end of December 24 is the target that we were pushing for. Internally, it's still a target that we are pushing for. But there are 2 types of projections that you will receive. One is a projection that is overestimated, that cannot be met. And the other projection is a realistic projection with a surprise in its cachet if it is completed before time. I believe more in the latter than the former. And therefore, I have kept that cushion of 3 months with the hope that we will be able to push this forward a little bit. But you also have to understand that there are many multiple pieces of the puzzle. And there are multiple agencies that are involved. As I mentioned in my statement, we are looking at a Gati Shakti model with multimodal connectivity. You're looking at road connectivity, you're looking at rail connectivity, you're looking at metro connectivity, you're looking at an automated passenger movement within the terminal. And therefore, all pieces of the puzzle have to come together. I have already told the project coordinators to make sure that we have a PERT chart that is synchronistic of all the multiple agencies that are involved, whether it's the railways, whether it is Sitco, Government of Maharashtra, the Adani Group, and make sure that all our dependencies are not in any way delayed in any manner, so as to make sure that the critical path has no bottlenecks in its process as we go forward. So a combined Gantt chart is being made, if you understand what I'm trying to say from a project implementation perspective. so that we'll be able to meet every deadline. Every stakeholder is able to meet every deadline along the way. And Sitco, where is Sitco? Huh. And Jeet, I want that combined Gantt chart meet. So therefore, the dependencies are very clearly identified. What is it that Sitco or Government of Maharashtra or MoCA that needs to do that will become the next point on the critical path to make sure that that is completed on time? Because dependencies have to be very clearly identified so that this project progresses on time.
सर पालिका प्रशासन फ्रॉम सुदीप घोलप सर 2 प्रश्न होते. पहिले तर खूप
एक
धन्यवाद.
करून द्या बाबा.
नाही, दोन
किती
छोटे छोटे
माणसं
क्वेश्चन
आहेत बाबा?
आहे. फक्त पहिले तर प्रथम तर
संसदमध्ये
धन्यवाद.
कोणी आम्हाला एकही प्रश्नाचा
एक
अधिकार
प्रश्न.
आहेत बाबा.
ठीक आहे, एक प्रश्न
अध्यक्षावर.
विचारतो. ह्या एअरपोर्टला दिबा पाटील साहेबांचं नाव देण्यासाठी आपण प्रयत्नशील आहात का? हा एकमेव प्रश्न तुम्ही सांगा. आणि थोडासा छोटा प्रश्न की रोजगार किती उपलब्ध होईल या एअरपोर्टमुळे इथल्या स्थानिकांना?
तुमचा दुसरा प्रश्न मी पहिले घेणार. नागर विमानन क्षेत्रामध्ये इकॉनॉमिक मल्टिप्लायर 3.1 आहेत. म्हणजे की तुम्ही 1 रुपया टाकणार त्याच्या 3 रुपयाचे इकॉनॉमिक मल्टिप्लायर आहेत. टॅक्सी एजन्सी, गाईड एजन्सी, हॉटेल एजन्सी, आर्थिक विकास, आर्थिक प्रगती, इंडस्ट्रीची आणि एम्प्लॉयमेंट मल्टिप्लायर नागर विमानन क्षेत्रामध्ये डायरेक्ट प्लस इनडायरेक्ट दोघांना मिळून 6.0 आहेत. म्हणजे एव्हरी डायरेक्ट एम्प्लॉयमेंट जवळ 6 इनडायरेक्ट एम्प्लॉयमेंट होतात. तो क्षमता फार आहेत. आणि आज विश्वमध्ये सिव्हिल एव्हिएशन नागर विमानन क्षेत्राचा योगदान किसी भी राष्ट्राचा घरेलू उत्पादन दरमध्ये फार महत्त्वपूर्ण आहेत. त्याच्या मल्टिपल स्पिन ऑफ्स होतात. आज तुम्ही औद्योगिकरणचा विषय मुंबई नवी मुंबईमध्ये नाही पण देशामध्ये कोणामध्ये तिथे पहिला प्रश्न आहे की तुमची प्लेनची कनेक्टिव्हिटीची काय स्थिती आहे. तर सिव्हिल एव्हिएशन बॅकबोन झाला आता देशाच्या विकास आणि प्रगतीचा. आपणचा दुसरा प्रश्न नामांकनाचा. ते नामांकनाचा निर्णय कॅबिनेट आणि पंतप्रधानचा आहेत. व्यवस्थित समयमध्ये तुम्हाला पण ही सूचना मिळणार की नामांकन काय होणार ते एअरपोर्टचं.
हॅलो सर. सर नवी मुंबई एअरपोर्टमुळे नवी मुंबई पनवेल आणि आजूबाजूच्या सिटीमध्ये हाईट रिस्ट्रिक्शन आलेलं आहे डेव्हलपमेंटसाठी. इमारतीनं उंच जाता येत नाही. तर या संदर्भात आपलं डिपार्टमेंट काय पॉझिटिव्हली यापुढे काय बघणार आहात का किंवा तसं काय डिसिजन घेणार आहात का?
नाही, आमचे नियम मध्ये फार पारदर्शकता आहेत. एअरपोर्टमध्ये फनल होतात रनवेचे लँडिंगमध्ये. ते फनलचे स्ट्रीममध्ये काय पण ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन आणि ऑब्स्टिकल्स मंजूर नाही. त्याच्या साथमध्ये रेडार, DVOR त्याची पण एक रेडियस आहेत. आणि हर एक एअरपोर्टची पद्धती अलग होतात की तुमची रेडारची इन्स्टॉलेशन कुठे, नॉर्थ ईस्ट कॉर्नरमध्ये, साऊथ वेस्ट कॉर्नरमध्ये. ते रेडारमध्ये काय कन्स्ट्रक्शनची अनुमती नाही. एक लेवलचा, एक मंजिलचा उपरचा. तो नवी मुंबई इंटरनॅशनल एअरपोर्टमध्ये तेच पद्धती होणार. आणि सेफ्टी आणि सिक्युरिटीमध्ये काय कॉम्प्रोमाइज नाही. लेडी बॅक देअर.
Hello. Hi, this is Aishwarya from ET now. First off, Ayodhya consecration is happening very soon. At this point, and on most of the eventful days, we see surge pricing across airfares, across airlines. That's one point. How is the ministry going to sort of make headroom for flyers and the Aam Aadmi to get a better airfare? And second, 18,000 crore is what the outlay you mentioned for this project, NMIL. But the figure I have got earlier from Adani Group was 19,600. So could you clarify on that?
18,000 or 19,600. At the end of the day, it's a very important project, and whatever it takes, we will ensure that it is completed as per the specifications. So whether it's 18,000 or 19,600 is a difference of 1,600, which is hardly 8%, even if it goes to 20,000. So the issue is not the capex amount. The issue is to ensure that our airports are completed on time. And that's the responsibility that I have tried to ensure over the last 2.5 years. For example, you took the example of Ayodhya. Ayodhya Airport was completed in a record time. From groundbreaking till inauguration by Prime Minister, it was constructed in a matter of 20 months. And it was constructed by Airports Authority of India. And therefore, the government sector today is making sure that they complete projects before time. To your first question with regard to air ticket pricing and with regard to surges, I would love for you to sit with my department and actually do your homework properly. Because if you look at the last 6 to 8 months, the surge pricing only happened in the month of June. And that was because there were two twin events. First of all, you must understand that the civil aviation sector is a seasonal sector. So you have months of low demand and months of high demand. And that's not only an India phenomena, that's an international phenomena. So from Dasera, October until late Jan is a high season. From Jan until again April, May is a low season. When students' holidays start, again you start into a high season until mid-June, until the monsoon comes in. And that's a phenomena that is internationally proven. What happened last June was two factors. One, you were in a high season, and then unfortunately we had one of our larger airlines go completely AOG, all aircraft on ground, because they had financial issues. So suddenly you had 53 aircraft taken out of our fleet. And therefore, in certain cities, mainly Ahmedabad, Pune, Leh, Srinagar, you had exactly the phenomena that you're talking about. And I held a meeting on the 5th of June with all the airlines after doing an analysis, identified the sectors where, in fact, there was surge pricing. And within a 10-15 day period, all of those have normalized. We also gave, out of the 315 routes that were being plied by Go First, we gave an additional 70-75 flights to other airlines to also increase the capacity in those sectors. And if you look at the current holiday season, there are two things that have been experienced which are different. Last year, we had major congestion at the airports. With all the steps that we've taken in place, including Chhatrapati Shivaji Mumbai International Airport and Delhi, fortunately, touch wood, this season you've not seen the kind of congestion that you've experienced last year. The second is the issue of surge pricing. If you look at the pricing, and what you must do is compare season to season. Not low season to high season, but high season to high season. And if you compare high season of this year to high season of next year, last year, actually prices have dipped by 10 to 12%. And I'd be more than happy to share that data with you.
So, because I mentioned Ayodhya consecration, on one of the weekends, the prices were above 25,000. Just the start price was at 25,000.
That you will have, because at the end of the day, please also don't forget that this is a deregulated sector. And I dare say that you're advocating for re-regulation.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Dhwani from Reuters News. Sir, you mentioned that, India will have more than 200 airports by 2030 and that 30 crore, kind of a passenger traffic you are expecting. But if you see the status of the, airline industry, like so many airline companies have gone bankrupt in last decade. Jet Airways is one example. Go India is going through, same fate currently. So my question is that when we are expecting this kind of a growth in air traffic, how is government planning to, tackle this issue?
What's your name again?
Dhwani from Reuters News.
Dhwani. Dhwani, in life, you can always see a glass half full. Or you can see a glass half empty. I'm an optimist. And I like to see a glass half full. It depends what kind of lens you're wearing. And for the data that you just put across, you're absolutely right. But your data is slightly dated. The bankruptcies you're talking about are a thing of the past in India. Those were the bankruptcies that happened 2 decades ago. In fact, I'd like to inform you that due to Udan, Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik, which is a project that was conceived by the Prime Minister to make flying economically viable for the masses of India. And no one has talked about it, so I think Reuters must talk about it. You've had the birth of 4 new regional airlines in India, and I'll name them for you. Star Air, India One Air, Fly Big, Fly 91. And Star Air, which started initially with Embraer small jets, has now graduated to Embraer large jets. When I landed in Pune yesterday, I saw a rather close to a Boeing 737 Embraer 180 I think it was, of Star Air land in Pune. That's the success stories that we need to celebrate. You're very right. India in the last 2 decades has seen the closing of many airlines. India for the first time saw the birth of a new airline in the form of Akasa Air. And I would love for Reuters to write about them as well, because it's the only airline in the world, and you're an international news agency, it's the only airline in the world that has started with 2 planes and within 12 months gone from 2 planes to 20 aircraft. It's not happened anywhere in the world within a period of 12 months. I have to commend the full management of Akasa Air. And mind you, the story doesn't end here. 2 months ago, they came to me. An airline that is pretty much in its infancy has taken international routes from me. And today, Akasa Air is flying with its fleet of 20, not only within India, but it proposes to fly internationally. So that's the rate of change in India in terms of fleet size that you're seeing. To answer your question directly on fleet size, 2014 we had only 400 aircraft in our fleet. Today we have 713 aircraft in our fleet. You've got 2 airlines in India that have placed mega orders. Again, as an international news agency, I'd love for you to report this. An international history being made by an Indian airline. The largest civil aviation order in the history of civil aviation internationally. 500 aircraft, 470 aircraft by Air India, 250 for Airbus, 220 for Boeing, of which, mind you, 50 are wide-bodied aircraft which will go internationally. Sorry, 70 are wide-bodied aircraft. Indigo has put in an order of close to 500 aircraft. You've got 2 airlines that have put in an order of 970 aircraft, which is 1.3x the size of your current fleet. And mind you, that these are orders that will start coming in from 2028 onwards. From now till 2028, you already have an order book of Akasa, which is going from 20 to 76 aircraft. You have an order book of Air India and Indigo that are bringing in close to 3 to 5 aircraft per month. And in addition to that, at the Civil Aviation Ministry, we have completely made flexible the wet lease rules so that our airlines can raise capacity through wet lease aircraft. And both airlines today have close to about, if I'm not wrong, between 28 to 35 aircraft that they've already brought in on wet lease. So the civil aviation sector, from a point of view of passenger traffic, from a point of view of airports, and a point of view of fleet size, is going to grow at a double-digit CAGR in the years to come. Thank you very much. It's been an interesting session, and thank you for your time. Okay, we got one last question.
Thank you. This is
Hi,
Manju.
sir. Sir, Madiha from CNBC couldn't ask you these questions yesterday.
You spent some time with me yesterday. Give her some time.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
This is Manju from the Times of India. This is about air navigation services, which
ANS,
is provided by Airports Authority of India, specific Bombay Airport. Now, the infrastructure at Bombay Airport is obsolete. For instance, the automation system called AutoTrack 3, which was installed in 2004, it essentially takes feed from radar and displays it to the controller. Now, this system was bought in 2004 from Raytheon. It was obsolete in 2014, but we are still running on that. So essentially, it's like Bombay Airport air traffic control, using MacBook purchased in 2004. And now the new airport is like 15 months down the line. You know that the air traffic is going up. That's great. Bombay Airport crossed 1,000 movements in 24 hours in November. So what is the ministry doing to see that, in the next 15 months at least, when the traffic goes up, especially in summer, in winter, that this is a safety critical industry and the infrastructure hasn't,
So I would want to say that I agree with you. Our technology, our infrastructure, and our manpower and human resources with regard to ANS, with regard to CTM, CNM, both are always cutting edge. In addition to that, we've also brought in place, and we are trying out today, a Gagan-based system, navigational system, which will, in many ways, in places where there is ILS and in places that there are not ILS, increase the capability of radar to pull in aircraft through satellite directly, and thereby alleviating the pressure on the current ILS system as well. We've done a number of test flights on Gagan, and on a satellite-based system, we are also trying to inculcate that. In addition to that, in terms of manpower resources at AI, our ATCOs, one of the first things that I looked at, and I think that's an important point that I'd like all of you to keep in mind, and I'd love to inform you, that as passenger traffic is growing, and as fleet size is growing, and as airports are growing, this is all great. But the back-end infrastructure also has to grow to be able to support this high rate of growth in the civil aviation sector. And therefore, all our agencies, whether it is ATCOs, we have in the last 15 months increased their capacity by almost close to 33 to 45% of air traffic controllers, from a number of close to 2796 to almost 3940. We are in the process of hiring new ATCOs, most of whom have been hired. The process of training is going on, and deployment will take place by October, November this year. A similar situation is being done at BCAS, which is responsible for security. I'm right now looking at a template for the restructuring of the organization itself in terms of its org structure, in addition to increasing their capacity by almost 400 to 450 staff. Our Airports Regulatory Authority of India, which had only 23 officers, their staff has been increased by 10. And for all of these things, I thank the Finance Minister, who's really come forward and assisted us and given us approval from a financial standpoint to be able to augment these resources. So as far as ANS is concerned and CTM is concerned, there are no corners that will be cut. I have always maintained this, that safety and security for us is paramount. Whenever there's an issue of safety or security, that to me is something over which there cannot be any compromise, and we're in the process of building for the future as the passenger traffic grows. Thank you very much.
Mr. Scindia, one last question, sir, please. Just one question. Sir, have you sat down with the airlines in terms of moving the commercial operations here? Because the airlines always were cagey in the past as well because of the connectivity issues. The airlines were cagey because of moving to the Navi Mumbai airport because of the connectivity issues. Have you sat down? What are they telling you?
Remember one thing always. Never put the cart before the horse. Okay? In life, always you must function every airport to full capacity. Today, Mumbai, as the lady who asked me the question before this, is functioning at full capacity. Jara camera khalti karun de. Is functioning at full capacity. We have a capacity of almost 55 million passengers at Mumbai airport. We are functioning at that capacity. The runways in terms of ATMs are functioning at full capacity. We are looking forward to this new airport coming in place as soon as possible so that we can also shift capacity. A good example of that happening for you is in Goa, where we had initially only Dabolim airport and now Mopa has come up. And so therefore there's a healthy competition between the two airports. Traffic has also moved to Mopa. And let me on this occasion also say that Goa is the first city airport to have two airports. Mumbai and Delhi will be the second. But it is my feeling, and it's an inkling, that by 2040 we may possibly have close to 8 cities in India, 8 to 10 cities in India that will need a capacity of double airports. Thank you.
Thank you.